Hi everyone, and welcome back to another tutorial by Shayna's Home DIY and Crafts. In today's DIY project, I'm going to be showing you how I created this beautiful wooden lantern out of scrap wood. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be the first to get my next upload. I measure and pre-cut the wood prior to this video. If you do not have any scrap wood on hand, you can always purchase these wood at your local Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm going to be using my wood glue and my nail gun to assemble this lantern. As you can see, this wood is in pretty rough shape, so I'm going to turn the smoother side upward. These are some trims that I have. I use my miter saw to cut them at a 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to use my wood glue to attach the trimming to the base of the lantern. This will give my lantern a nice finished look. Make sure you apply pressure when you attach the trimming to the base of the lantern. This will allow the glue to bond quicker to the wood. Also, I'm going to be using my nail gun to install some finished nails for a stronger hold. Now I'm creating the body of the lantern. So I'm just repeating the same step as I did before, applying glue and hold pressure for the glue to bond to the wood. Once I'm done creating the body of the lantern, I'm going to put it to the side so the glue could dry. Now I'm creating the top part of the lantern, and what I'm doing here, I'm making a frame around the top part of the lantern. This will give the lantern a little bit more details and character to it. So I'm just using my wood glue to attach the trimming around the top of the lantern. Once I'm done creating the frame for the top part of the lantern, I'm going to put it to the side to dry. Now I'm going to be using my drill to drill 2 holes in the dome part of the lantern. This way I'll be able to add my handle to the lantern. Now I'm going to be using my wood glue to attach all 4 pieces of wood together to create the dome part of the lantern. Once the glue is bound to the wood, I'm going to be using my wood glue and my paint to hold this together while it dries. Now it's time to attach the top part of the lantern to the body, and I'm just going to use my level to make sure everything is nice and even. I'm using some wood glue to attach the top of the lantern to the body. Then I'm going to use my nail gun to insert 1 finished nail into all 4 corners of the lantern. Now it's time to attach the dome part of the lantern. So I'm just using my square to measure and make sure all four sides has the same measurement and it's all square. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to use my pencil to trace out the frame. Then I'm going to use some wood glue to attach the dome part of the lantern. I'm also going to be using my nail gun to insert one finished nail for a stronger hold. Now it's time to create a frame for the bottom part of the lantern. I'm sorry guys, I did not realize that my camera was looking down and not towards what I'm doing. But all I'm doing here is I'm creating a frame like I did for the top part of the lantern, just to give the lantern a little bit more character, texture, and details. And this is what the frame of the lantern turns out to look like. Now I'm going to be using my silicone to go around the edge of the lantern to make sure everything has a nice tight seal. I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color of white to paint the lantern, and I'm going to be applying 2 coats. Now that the lantern is nice and dry, I'm going to be using my Nautical rope to create the handle for the lantern. Make sure you use tape on the end of the rope as you insert it through the hole. As you can see, I have a little trouble here, but my scissors was very helpful to pull the Nautical rope through. Then I created a knot, so that way the rope won't come back through when I pick up the lantern. At this point, you could leave your lantern as it is, but I'm going to take an extra step by going in with my marker Stewart in the color of black matte finish paint to distress the lantern. And I'm just brushing on a very light coat of black paint over the white to distress it. Once I was done distressing the lantern with the black paint, I realized that I have too much black. So I went back in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color of white to tone that down. There is no right or wrong way to distress the lantern. If you have too much black paint, you can always go back in with your white paint and tone it down. Vice versa, if you have too much white paint, you could always go back in with your black paint to tone it down. And because I'm going to be using this lantern outside, I'm going to be using my Artminds matte finish sealer to seal the lantern. If you remember earlier on in the video, I mentioned that you do not have to take the extra step to distress your lantern. If you should leave your lantern all white, this is what it would look like. Very simple and elegant. Please put in the comment section which lantern you like best and what step you would take if you should make this lantern. I would love to hear your opinion. If you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can be the first to get my next upload. Now remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, be blessed.